Yo guys, here we go. iRacing, Darlington, probably my worst track ever. So I'm a little nervous right now, but we're gonna talk VR, we're gonna talk racing, so let's just roll right into it. Yo guys, what is up? What is up? What is up? So, you know what? I really wanted to get a couple of practice laps in, and I really didn't have a chance to. So we're racing at Darlington. I am terrible at this track. My heart's beating because I'm nervous, man. This game still makes me nervous. Like, I've been playing it for a couple of years, and still like at a track like this, when I have no idea what I'm doing, I'm a little nervous. I'm starting in 7th, but that's only because no one else after me actually qualified. So I had the worst qualifying out of the 7 people that try to qualify, but that's what I'm dealing with. But let's go racing. Let's just see if we can survive. I want to just be able to have some good laps. I know I'm not going to be fast, but I'm going to take a little deep breath here. I'm using the Rift S. So here's the deal, man. I've been having the Oculus Quest 2 since it came out, and I've been racing with it, and I recently busted out with my Rift S, and you can watch one of my last videos that goes over it, and I think I'm switching. Now, the Oculus Quest 2 is an awesome headset, and if you own it, like, you don't need to actually go to the Rift S, right? You don't want to go back. But if you have a Rift S, man, I'm switching back to it. I am loving it. The quality is still so good, even though the resolution is much, like, lower than the Quest 2. It still looks really sharp. It looks really good. It plays super smooth. The comfort level is there's no comparison between the comfort level between the Quest 2 and the Rift S. The Rift S is lighter, it's comfy, it's all right. We're gonna start racing here, so whew, I gotta hold on to my breath here. I'm a little nervous. We don't want to wreck anyone on the first lap. I always preach safe racing, and you know, we have 40 laps, so we're not looking 200 on the first lap. But I left the line on. I usually do not race. I usually don't race with the line on. But I put it on because I didn't have any chance to do even one practice lap. So I just wanted to kind of use it in qualifying to see what I'm looking to do here. But I do not recommend using that line. I'm not even going to follow that line. Do not put the racing line on in a race. I definitely, you want to race against cars and you want to race the track. Stay high. But, I'm just going to try to not get into wrecks, wreck anybody. I'm not going to try to be aggressive and make crazy moves yet. Let me get a little bit comfortable, a little bit more comfortable with the track. We're just going to race nice, calmly. See if we can at least finish top 10, and I'm happy. Top 10 finish right now on a track I'm not comfortable on. Honestly, I don't even know if I've ever done an official race at this track because I'm usually so bad at it. This is the ARCA series, so this is Class D, I believe. Class D, so no cautions in this class. Cars are fun to drive. It's fun race. Just got to be careful. I'm not going to do anything crazy. So back to the Rift S, man. Back to the Rift S, guys. It is super. The quality, I don't know. It just really shocked me when I went back to it. I wasn't expecting it to look so good after using a Quest 2, but I'm super happy with it. Even like the screen door effect. It's really not even like the Quest 2 screen door effect is definitely better. But the Rift S screen door effect is not as bad as I thought it was going to be going back to it. Plus, when recording videos, using the screen capture plus running this, it just runs much better too when I'm recording, which is another advantage, of course. Frames, keep up, looking good, not dropping, running solid 80 right there. No problems. You can see my numbers right there, running low while I'm screen recording. So we're running 9th right now. We're hanging in there. Luckily, we're not in any crowds here. Everyone else is probably just as bad as me, maybe. Nah, actually, I got to be the worst out here. I got to be the worst. I seriously took one practice lap before I went into qualifying. And I was so bad, I was like, all right, I'm going to need to turn on this line and let me see what it's kind of telling me what to do. But I definitely don't preach to use that racing line. But I just kind of needed an idea, and I really wanted to shut it off before the race. I'm not really watching it right now. I'm kind of just racing the track, just looking what cars are going on around me. But I know, you know, people do use the racing line. Let me know in the comments what you think of the racing line if you use it. I think it's good when you know, if you hit a track that you haven't been on before. And I know people will preach, don't ever put that line on. But if you're racing and you've never been to a track, especially like a road race, like I see no issue with putting that thing on just to see, like, you know, where can I floor it? Where do I need to slow down? And then once you actually know the track and got some idea, you know, turn it off. But I never race with the line on. Definitely don't race with it. Oval tracks, I really don't ever put it on. But I am so bad at this track, as you can see. I'm just going to make sure we don't get wrecked by this guy. I'll give him the pass if he wants to take it. I'm not going to race too aggressive here. Because like I said, I'm not comfortable on this track. I'm actually surprised I'm surviving this well. We're 8 laps in. We're not looking too bad. Not looking too bad. Not looking too good either, but... Uh-oh. Keep it alive. All right, we saved it there. Man. These turns, car's really like loose on these turns. You got to really find the grip. The grip's always up high on this track, it seems like, and seems like I'm going way too low. But then I go really high, and I'm scared to like hit the wall. But you know, that's why this channel is called the Casual Racing Gamer. I've never claimed to be a good iRacer. I'm just a casual racing gamer. You know, I wish I can race more often. I don't get to race too often. So, you know, staying sharp and improving this is more to prove that, you know, the last time I actually hopped into a race was the last time I did a video, which was like probably a couple weeks ago. But like, you can do that in iRacing. You don't need to be like a crazy sim racer. You don't need to you know, race on a daily basis to have fun and be competitive. You know, iRacing is definitely a serious sim for some, but like, you can still have fun if you just, you know, you don't need to be super, this is life and my life revolves around iRacing and sim racing. You know, when you have time, hop in, it's fun. You can still be competitive. There's definitely tracks I am better at. This track, definitely not my track, as you can obviously see. But, you know, we're in 10th. We're gonna try to avoid wrecks, is what I'm trying to avoid here, because I can't really be aggressive on this track. I can't really be aggressive. I don't want to lose control of the car. I don't want to wreck. I'd like to complete the race cleanly.
10th position.
Definitely would like to finish top 10. So that's what we'll be working on. We're in 10th. See if we can hang into 10th. But everything's super smooth. Still running solid 80 frames a second. You know, no drop in frames or anything here. Rift S. Great headset. Great headset. You know, if you're using it for PC VR, you know, you're running with a wire. It doesn't matter. Quest 2 or the Rift S. You should be wired in. For better quality, especially on the Quest 2, wired in over Wi-Fi. Plus, it will keep your battery charged as well.
Still there. Lay down low.
We're racing for a spot here. We're just kind of trying to keep it safe. Once again, always preaching safe racing. If he's gonna have a better car and be able to make a move, I'm gonna give it to him. It's not worth that one spot's never worth wrecking yourself plus someone else. Right? Accidents happen, of course. We always get into wrecks accidentally. But, you know, keep your lane, stay in your lane.
Left side's clear.
If he wants the inside, he can take the inside. I'm not going to drop down. I'm not going to block him. He can have it. He's not really being aggressive either. But, you know, one thing using a headset over like a single monitor is you definitely have, I definitely feel more confident racing. I can definitely see around me better. I can have, you know, better peripheral. I'm so bad at that word. Peripheral. You know what I'm trying to say, right? I'm so bad at my words. That word always gives me trouble. Peripheral vision. That's that thingy, you know, when you see on the side. So I always feel more confident using a VR headset over a single monitor. You know, sometimes I will just hop into a monitor if I don't want to put my headset on. There are disadvantages of using a VR headset. Number one is, you know, you can't see outside your world, which is good. You know, you're immersed in your racing car, and basically like the whole world is like non-existent when you're in this thing, which is cool. But, you know, sometimes you got some family sitting with you in the same room, and, you know, people are watching, hanging out. Sometimes you just want to like feel like you're with them. So, you know, I'll sometimes race on a single monitor, but it is definitely much more nerve-wracking, and definitely get a little, you know, you got to get used to it and be comfortable using your left and right buttons. We've been racing a while, me and the, what is it, the 15, I think. We have another car coming in. Maybe those guys will keep each other busy, and we can try to pull away here a little bit. We're in 8th, so some cars have been taken out. We got 23 laps to go. We just got to make sure we keep control of our car. I didn't want to go low. Looks like there's no grip when you come down really low. Here we go. So hopefully the car's behind me. So when you're racing a car in front of you, you know, you always need to not be overly aggressive, and you kind of want to know what the car in front of you is going to do. So, you know, one thing you always see is when there's cars behind you, they just wreck the car in front of them because they're not braking early enough. They're thinking like they know their braking spot, but, you know, the person in front of you is not going to be braking the same spot you are all the time. So you kind of need to lay off a little bit and know when to make that move. But I feel like we're feeling a little bit better now that we've pulled a couple laps on this track. I literally hopped in. I got one practice lap and I did terrible. And I was like, oh man, I'm dedicated, man. I'm committed. I'm getting in the race. I'm gonna do it. We can just be safe. We don't need to be fast. We just need to be safe and be consistent. Consistent is key in this game. So as you can see, you know, we're in 8th. Cars in front of us already, you know, wrecked themselves out. So consistency is key. If you can run a good consistent lap, you don't always need to be the fastest to have a good finish. But we have a crowd coming behind us, so that's making me a little nervous. We got 20 laps to go. See if we can gain some speed as we're racing here a little bit better. See if we can get some good grip up top. See if we can move the car up a little bit. So I'd love to know, you know, any Rift owners out there. Leave me a comment if you're still using a Rift. If you've switched from the Rift S to a Quest 2, you know, what are your thoughts? Like I said, the Quest 2, an awesome headset. If you do other type of VR stuff, wireless is there's no comparison using wireless over wired VR for gaming. Oh no, we hit the wall. That was not good. Let's see if we can keep control here. We got a crowd here. One thing that's really hard to do is talk while you're racing, especially on a track you're not comfortable on. At least we didn't get any points for hitting the wall there, but it's really hard to talk and race at the same time. But let's what do we drop? We drop to 9th. Come up a little high, it's real, you know, you go right into that wall. So We're gonna check up here. We'll give it to him. He kind of just slowed down, but we'll give it to him. We'll give it to him. Good thing was we got no incident points on that, so that was a good thing. Just checked into the wall a little bit. Our car still feels like it's all right. Anyway, if you went from a Rift S to a Quest 2, I'm really curious what you guys think. And did you hold on to your Rift S? And if you did you go back to your Rift S to compare? And what did you think between the two? Curious what you thought. Like, my Rift S was in my draw for a good 2 years before I took it out again. And I'm really glad I did take it out. There was so many times I was like, why don't I just sell this thing or trade it in somewhere? But I've just held on to it and held on to it. Let's see, avoid a little bit of confusion here. And I'm glad I actually, this guy's slowing down, way slowing down. I'm glad I did hold on to it because I think I'm really going to use it as my main headset right now. All right, let's do some racing. Let's do some racing. We got 14 laps. We are in 9th. We got a little bit of traffic now at least. So we can challenge ourselves. Feeling a little bit better after running all those laps. I'm still not liking this track. I'm still not comfortable on it. But I'm definitely feeling better now. Definitely feeling better now.
2.0 seconds.
There we go. There we go. We're feeling better. We're looking better. We're in 8th. We got 13 to go.
You've just done a 32.2.
I'm definitely doing a lot better than I was expecting to do. This is actually fun now. I'm telling you, man. I was so nervous when this race started. I was like, man, this track is my worst track. And I've never raced a track because I never felt comfortable after practice sessions on this track. But I'm feeling good now. I'm feeling a little bit better. It's amazing how a game can make you so nervous, right? When you're racing against computer opponents, you don't really care. But when you're racing against real people who really take iRacing like really seriously, it makes you really nervous that you don't want to mess up. You don't want to screw someone else's day up. This guy is on my bumper. Hopefully he takes the inside. He can have it if he stays down there. I'm not going to challenge you. Oh, going. That was not what I was looking to do. That's why I kind of try to stay not too high in the wall as I eat it. As I eat that wall. Uh-oh, happening again. We're kind of losing it here. After talking how good we started feeling, I was starting to lose it. All right, let's go. We got to get back to focus and concentration. I was trying to be a little more aggressive and stuff. We don't want to go too high. Coming out is where we're going in too high is where I think where the issue is. We're going in too high. We can move up slowly as we come through that turn. But, you know, we're still in 8th. Those cars weren't affecting our place. So there's no reason to be aggressive against them. The cool thing is, you know, hitting the wall didn't affect our incident. We didn't get any safety hits on that, which is good. You know, you can hit that wall a little bit and not get any marks against your safety rating. But we don't want to wreck now. You know, we've gone this far. We've come this far with only 9 laps to go. So we're definitely gonna be a little more careful here to finish this race. And as you can see, you know, my line is there. That racing line is there. I have not been racing that line at all. I've basically been totally ignoring it. Just really racing the track. Watch the 15. He's getting a little wild here. We're in 9th. That's still fine. Like I said, we're looking for a top 10. We're looking for a top 10. We're still looking good. We're still looking good for a top 10. 7 laps left. Again, we just got to be consistent. We got to stay out of the wall. Got to make sure we don't lose it coming out of the turns. So I definitely would love to try a Reverb G2. I almost bought it on. They had a really good sale during Black Friday and stuff, and I was really tempted to buy one, but I kept my credit card in my wallet. I didn't pull the trigger. I think my wife would have killed me if I went for a third VR headset. I definitely would have had to sell some, but I think she would have killed me. But you know, I'm thinking that would be the next big, you know, jump up. The Oculus, the Quest 2 Pro is just, I think the price for it, for what you get to use for iRacing, I don't see the value in that. We got 5 laps to go. We're running 9th. I don't see the value in spending over $1,000 on a VR headset for the Quest 2 Pro. I just don't. For some people, maybe. But I think, you know, if you're gonna go out and spend money and get a VR headset, I think the G2 with for iRacing is definitely probably the place to go right now. But man, the Rift S, I'm telling you, I'm so surprised how good this thing looks right now. I'm running this on an RTX 3080, so you know I have the GPU to push the Quest 2 and the Rift S even better. Because of the lower resolution, it's gonna run smoother and better even on a 3080. And it's like, even with my screen record, I'm running a solid 80 FPS, which this headset supports. And you can see again my GPU and my CPU numbers there are still low. Settings, like most settings, turned all the way up. All right, we got 3 laps to go. We don't want to lose it now. We've come this far. I was shocked. I didn't even think I was going to make it 1 lap in this race. I was so nervous. I'm telling you, I was so nervous. Oh, man. I know the first time in iRacing when I had to restart like in the front row, I think I was restarting second. So I was in the front row. And you talk about my heart was literally pounding the first time that happened. Like literally pounding. I thought I was going to drop out of my seat. And I was running a single monitor too. And it was like hard for me to see the car to my left. That was like the starting car to go. And man, my heart was pounding.
1 more lap to go.
I try not to pound my heart anymore. I get nervous, but I try to keep my heart rate down. It's just a game. It's just a game. We're just here for fun. As long as you take it slow and consistent, you're good. You know, don't be too aggressive until you settle in. And then as you settle in, you know, you feel better. So, to me, this is a good day. To me, this is a good day. We're going to finish 9th.
P9. That's the end of the race. Well done, mate.
So, to me, that was a good day. We started 7th. We finished 9th. We ran into the wall a couple times, but we kept it alive. So, I cannot complain. I am actually pretty happy with that day. Like I said, I was looking for a top 10. So I always try to give myself a goal depending on the track. You know, top 10 is, let me just get in there. Top 10 is good. You know, if you're feeling good and you're at a good track, you like, you know, if you can finish top 5, that is awesome. That's amazing. You know, taking a win, there's a lot of people that probably never win a race in this. So you know, going out there and saying I need to win this race, if you're not doing this consistently and racing all the time and really working on your craft, you know, top 5 to me, that's a great day. Finished, you know, 2nd or 3rd, and like, man, that's I'm celebrating all night. So anyway, this was a fun race, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Lots more to come. Let me know in the comments if you enjoy, you know, watching VR races, or if you want to see some single monitor racing. You know, whatever you guys want to see, let me know. Definitely interested in it. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Thumb it up, subscribe, click the notification bell, and we're going to come back with some more racing. We out of here. Peace.